Good morning, children. Sai Ram. Welcome to your English class. Children, today we will be doing revision because you will be having your first unit test, right? So we will be revising today, okay? Now, children, let us have a look at what is your portion. Now, children, in Kumar Bharti, you are having poem live, that is 1.1, 1.2 lesson, a synopsis, the Swiss Family Robinson. In grammar, children, you have compound words, transformation of sentences, homographs and homophones. Composition, you have informal letter and proverb expansion. So this is the portion for your first unit test. Okay. Now children, when is the first unit test? Your first unit test is on 21st July and it's a Tuesday. So you are having your first unit test. English exam is on 21st of July. You might have received your portions. Okay. So now all are very tensed. Lots of doubts in your mind. Yes. So don't worry. Whatever portion you have, children, for the first unit test, we will be having a revision. Okay. There will be a quick revision of whatever we have completed. Okay. So let's revise. Today, children, we will revise 1.1 poem live written by Charlotte Bronte. Yes, we have already done this poem. We'll just do a quick revision, children, which will be helpful for you during your examination. Okay, children. Now this poem live, it's a motivating and optimistic poem. Okay, which encourages readers to have a positive view towards their life and always be courageous to face the problems and difficulties in life. Okay. Yes, let us recite this poem, okay? Life poem written by Charlotte Bronte. Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why limit its fall? Now, children, in this stanza, okay, the poetess says that some people, okay, or some sages, they believe that life is a dark dream. So, according to some sages, life is a dark dream. But children, remember, oft a little morning rain. Now, children, if there's a morning rain in your year, children, morning rain, it indicates the small problems which we face in our life. Okay, so though we face problems in our life, definitely good times will follow. So here foretells a pleasant day. So here morning rain, there are small difficulties in the life which we face, but then definitely joyous time will follow, or you can say good times will follow. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom. Clouds of gloom, children, what do you mean by clouds of gloom? Yes, I have already explained to you. Means suppose there are some problems, difficult times, but these problems are all transient. They are temporary. As it is said, joys and sorrow come and go. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why limit its fall? So children, when the roses or any flower, okay, it has life of just one day, but then it lives its lives to the fullest, and definitely it will wilt because it has a life of one day. So there's no need to cry or no need to express any sorrow. Okay, again it will bloom. Yes, so in difficulties also, okay, the problems which we face in our life, they are only short, they are only temporary. Okay, then definitely good times will follow in our life. Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. So the sunny hours, that is the good times, they will go very fast. Okay, so we have to enjoy them. Okay, so good time, it flies very fast, so we have to enjoy them to the fullest. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Yet hope again, elastic springs, unconquered though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. So children, here it is said that there will definitely, children, one or the other day we all have to die. So death at times step in and calls our best away. That is the person whom you love the most. Okay, that is the meaning of best over here. What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Sometimes sorrow might win over hope, but then again, see here, yet hope again elastic springs. Again, hope will rise up. Unconquered though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. So we are very, very strong to bear our problems in life. So though sometimes sorrow will win over hope, but then too you should never lose hope in life. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously, can courage quell despair. So we have to face our problems bravely, courageously, and one day we will be victorious. Okay, and can courage quell despair? So here, can courage, you have to be very courageous and end your problems. Okay, never to lose hope in life. Always you should have a positive attitude towards your life. Okay, children? So children, the poetess says that bad things in life are temporary, like a brief spell of rain. Good things invariably follow it. Even during times of great adversity, like the death of a loved one, hope will rescue us and help us to bear our trials. We must look at the positive side of life and have the courage to overcome any mishaps. So here children, the poetess, that is Charlotte Bronte, she says that bad things in life are temporary. They are never permanent, like a brief spell of rain. Good things invariably follow it. Okay, that is joys and sorrows come and go. Even during times of great adversity, like for example, death of a loved one, that time you have lost your hope. But then hope will help us, it will save us, rescue us, and help us to bear our trials. That is, it will help us to face our problems or hardships in life. We must look at the positive side of life. Always we should be optimistic in our life. Never you should be pessimistic. Never to lose hope, children. And have the courage. You should always be courageous and overcome all your mishaps or problems. But never lose hope in your life, children. Okay, now children, let us quickly revise some figures of speech. Here's the first one. Life, believe, is not a dream so dark as sages say. Now here children, the figure of speech in this line is metaphor, because life is implicitly compared to a dream. According to some sages, life is a dark dream. So it's a metaphor because life is implicitly compared to a dream. Now children, in this line, so dark as sages say. Now here children, if you could see, I have just underlined the letters S. Yes, because children, the sound of the letter S is repeated for better poetic effect. So the figure of speech here is alliteration. Children, always remember, in alliteration, the sound of the letter is repeated. Never write the letter is repeated. You have to be very careful. You have to write the sound of the letter is repeated for better poetic effect. So in this line, so dark, as sages say, it's an alliteration because the sound of the letter S is repeated for better poetic effect. Now next one. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? Children, here the best are the loved ones. Yes or no? Yes. So what though death at times steps in and calls our best away? Now children, I have already discussed about euphemism. It's a gentle way of expressing the unpleasant idea of a loved one dying. So here children, it is also personification because death is personified. Death at times steps in. So here death is given the human quality of stepping in. So therefore death is personified. So it's a personification too. So here it's a euphemism as well as personification. Okay children? Children, also it's interrogation. Just have a look. It's a question mark given. Yes. So it's also interrogation children. So in any line children, there can be more than two figures of speech. Okay. Now next one. What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? Now here children, sorrow is personified. It's a personification. That is, sorrow is personified. It's also an interrogation, that is, rhetoric question is asked. Okay, we definitely know that hope will win the implied war. It's basically a battle between sorrow and hope, and we all know that hope will definitely. So it's an interrogation, a rhetoric question is asked and answer is understood. So in interrogation, the question is just asked for not getting the answer, okay, to put an emphasis. So answer is understood that hope will definitely win the implied war. So there is a battle between hope and sorrow where hope will definitely win. Yes. So in this line children, it's an personification as well as interrogation. Okay. Next one. Still buoyant are our golden wings. Now here children, there was a doubt. Some students have a doubt about this figure of speech. So in detail I have given the explanation, but once again I will just explain. Now children, here it's a metaphor because first of all you should know what is the meaning of buoyancy. It's a property of physical objects to remain floating due to upward pressure of air or water, and wings of a bird give buoyancy due to which birds can fly. So here children, the wings of hope are golden because hope helps us to bear with our problems and it will end our despair. It will suppress our despair. Okay. So here it's a metaphor because the wings of hope are golden here because hope helps us to bear up with our problems and put an end to our grief, or we can say despair. Okay. Now next one. Can courage quell despair? Now here children, it's an exclamation. You can see there's an exclamation mark given. Just you have to give the explanation. Strong emotions are expressed, and it is also personification because courage is personified. Children, all these figures of speech we have already done. It's just a revision for you. Okay, my dear students. Now children, let us revise about the rhyme scheme. Now children, the rhyme scheme of the poem is AB, AB, except for the first four lines where the rhyme scheme is AB, CB. So only for the first four lines it is AB, CB. Otherwise it is AB, AB. And there are many rhyming words in the poem. Just a few examples are given here. Okay. Say, day, gloom, bloom, springs, wings, etc. So only some few examples are given. Okay children. So what is the rhyme scheme of this poem? The rhyme scheme of the poem is AB, AB, except for the first four lines where it is AB, CB. Now children, in the examination you can get such type of questions. For example, the figure of speech is for example, a line is given to you, a line is picked up from the poem and you have to just identify, or you have to just choose which is the correct figure of speech. So here in this example, it's a metaphor. So in the examination, you have to choose the correct figure of speech. So children, you will be getting such type of questions in the examination. Okay. Now here children, you have to be also careful. You should learn about the antonyms and synonyms too. Here for example, the example I have given is transient. Now transient, you have learned what is transient. Transient means temporary, and what is the opposite for that? Permanent. So children, you have to be little careful. You have to find out some antonyms and synonyms too. It can come in the examination. Okay children, you have to just choose the correct one. So I hope you have understood what type of questions you will get in your examination. You have to just choose the correct answer. Okay. Now children, this was just a revision which I had done. If you want to have a detailed look, you should watch the videos of part 1 and part 2 poem of life. I have provided the YouTube link. Children, you can refer that. You can watch the videos. In that you have a detailed explanation of all the figures of speech. Then you had appreciation, which will be definitely helpful for you for your examination. So you can prepare it well if you watch all the videos. So you all watch the videos of part 1 and part 2 poem life. Okay, so the links are provided to you. Okay, thank you my dear students. I hope this revision lecture was very helpful for you. We'll be meeting in the next class, and I will start with a new chapter for revision purpose. Okay, so it will be definitely helpful for you. Okay my dear students, thank you very much.